with respect to the important topic, that performance measurements and evaluation. The first segment is called responsibility account. It's an activity center of a business organization entrusted with a special task is called responsibility center. It consists of cost center, profit center, investment center and revenue center. Here our object is how we are going to measure the performance of the industry. Because out of this segment, 20 more questions keep on they are asking. You should be thorough with respect to this particular topic. For the measuring the performance, they are classifying into two parts. Performance measurements, they are classifying into two parts. One is pure financial aspects. Another one is other aspects, other measures. With respect to pure financial measures, ROI, RI, EVA and SVA. ROI, residual income. ROI, return on investment. RI, residual income. EVA, economic value added, and SVA, shareholders value added. This is purely based on what? Pure finance measurement, pure financial measurement. If you go to see the four elements, profit is a criteria, income is a criteria. That's why it's called measurements based on finance. Other measurement criteria are also there, other evaluation techniques are also there. Performance pyramid, performance prism, building block method, triple bottom line, and balance scorecard. So, based on the second part, other measures, 20 more questions, very much chances are there. In the second part, I said other measures. It represents not other than financial measures. In the first part, four important elements, ROI, RI, EVA, SV and all, purely financial measures. Finance is a major element for the purpose of measuring the measurement criteria. Whereas here, finance is not the major item. Profit alone is not the major element. Other aspects you are going to give the social cost benefit. How it is useful to the society. Environment is the factor. How we have to treat the employees. All those things we are going to give focus. Like in financial management, profit maximization, wealth maximization. Even for the wealth we need a profit. But the major object is not to mere end profit alone. Same manner, other measurements with respect to measuring the performance. Profit alone is not the criterion. Other aspect we have to give focus. Profit is a secondary one. That and all called performance pyramid, performance prism, building block method, triple bottom line and balance scorecard. Now, with respect to performance measures, what are all the major problems you are facing? The major problems are here called tunnel vision, sub-optimization, myopia, ossification, and one, irrelevance, gamming, misrepresentation, misinterpretation. These are all one facing problem with respect to that measuring the performance. You know the concept of ROI, return on investment, RI, residual income, economic value added and all computation itself you did in the what? FR paper. No profit, no PAT, net operating profit after tax minus cost of capital, that is capital employed into weighted average cost of capital is equal to EVA. One case study if you are going to see with respect to net operating profit after tax, profit before taking out the cost of interest. Even in that capital employed is there, capital employed into weighted average cost of capital. There you have to take opening capital employed. So these are all the small tricks is supposed to remember. Mere remembering the formula alone is not sufficient. Then, with respect to EVA, you have to compute EVA after considering the weighted average cost of capital and capital employed. Next, shareholders value added, similar to plugging back of profits. How you are going to maximize the wealth of the shareholders. Residual income also you know. So, these are all computations based on profit. Profit is a major element for the purpose of, or vitamin M is a major element for the purpose of measurement. Non-financial aspects are performance pyramid. That's the first one. With respect to performance pyramid, you have to remember, like pyramid, we are having vision. Our vision and mission should be in the first side. Clear? There, if you are going to see case study based questions in the previous RTP or MTP, they are classifying into levels also, various levels, that too with respect to performance pyramid they are telling. So, you should be careful with respect to give the solution. That level they are mentioning for performance pyramid, the level 1 is called corporate vision. Thereafter, next level, we are having the two things. One is market and one is financial aspect. Then, third level, 3 elements are there: customer satisfaction, flexibility, and what? Productivity. In fourth level, 4 segments are there: quality, delivery, cycle time, waste. So, they are classifying into various levels. Based on that, they created the case study. So, if you don't know the various levels, then you know the pyramid. That pyramid we are slicing into different parts. So, if you don't know the various levels, if you are not able to remember the diagram, pyramid diagram, then you may not be able to develop the points in examination. 20 mark is the weightage for the performance pyramid. Next, performance prism. You know performance prism. Prism means 5 faces are there. So, they want to convey 5 points. One is stakeholder satisfaction. Second one is strategy. Third one is called process. Next, capability. And perform contribution. So, all the 5 phases you have to explain. Accordingly, mark will be allotted to you. When we have to satisfy the customer, only customer got satisfied, we can be in the position to get the benefit out of it. We can charge a premium price if they are going to satisfy the customer. If I am going to satisfy the customer, more customer may come. For that, what is the strategy for the sale? How to proceed? What all the processes are there? What are the capabilities? For that, what capability how to increase? And perform contribution. All those things we have to explain properly with respect to one. Stakeholders satisfaction, process, strategy, stakeholders contribution, how they will contribute for us, and the capability, all those things you have to write in the exam. In details you have to write. Next one is called building block model. With respect to building block model, 3 categories are there. What are they? To build, to create the goodwill, to launch the product in the better manner. We want to sustain in the market in the better manner. We are having 3 important elements. One is called standard. We have to fix the standard. Second one is called reward. And third one is called dimensions. If I am going to fix the standard, workers are achieved the standard, we can have to appreciate the workers. Further, you have to give the demand. Then dimensions. What are the other factors you have to consider? That is called building block model. Three categories of building block models are standard, rewards and dimension. Even in standard, three segments are there: equity, achievable, ownership. To fix the standard, three elements you have to consider. Equality, whenever I am going to fix the standard, all are par in that aspect, in that angle I have to fix. It should be achievable one. Unrealistic standard is not supposed to fix. And whenever I am going to fix the standard, ownership also I have to give, then only workers can be in the position to execute the work. So the three elements they are supposed to with respect to fixing the standard for the organization. The next one is called reward. With respect to reward, three elements are there. The reward should be motivating one. It should be one. It gives a motivational factor to the workers. I am giving reward. Based on the reward, they have to get the satisfaction first. So, that reward should be proper manner I have to give. So, ultimately, it gives the motivation to the worker. Whenever I am going to announce, I am going to give the reward, it should be clear. What I am going to give, that should be clear. Even worker, if I am going to execute the work, if I am going to perform, then I have to be in the position to analyze how much I can get. If I achieve something, what I can going to get. Clear? That is called one. Reward. Clarity with respect to getting the reward. And last one is called controllability. Whatever the reward going to announce or not going to announce, it's purely based on the factors which in my control. So, whether reward or penalizing out of the result, based on the result, it's purely based on what? Within my control factors should be there. Then, with respect to dimension, two things are there. One is the result, another one is determination. With respect to result, we can be in the position to verify the result by way of competitiveness and financial performance. With respect to competitiveness, how they stand in comparison to the competitor. What is the uniqueness of the business when compared to my competitor? How I am sustained in spite of the competition. How I am different from other competitor. That analysis you have to do. It's purely based on sales growth, measuring the customer base, relative market shares, what is the position in the market, company's position in the market. All those things are measurement criteria with respect to competitiveness. Then next one is financial performance. The financial performance based on what? Measurement based on profitability, liquidity, capital structure, market ratio. These are all what? Criteria with respect to measuring the same. Then other determinants are there. What are all the other determinants? Quality of service is other determinants. The first one is quality of service. Ultimately, we have to satisfy the customer. We have to provide quality. We have to provide the quality service. With respect to this, what all the qualities are there? How to measure the quality? Same 9 dimensions in TQM. Again repeated here. Reliability. What? Features, conformance. Features, conformance, aesthetics, reliability, response, reputation, service. These are all what? Various dimensions. The same dimensions only, 9 dimensions only. They are repeated with respect to quality service. Then flexibility. We are talking about flexibility. It can be measured. The flexibility with respect to what? 3 different flexibility. Volume flexibility should be there. Delivery speed flexibility should be there. And specification flexibility should be there. volume, delivery speed, and specification flexibility. More volume, that suddenly customers are coming. I should be capable enough to satisfy more volume. Diwali season, suddenly more orders has come. I should be capable enough to what? Accept the order. Then only I can be in the position to grow. Delivery speed, urgently they are ordering. Even then, I should have the resources to produce and to satisfy the customer. Specification, customers are specifying this type of product they want. More specifically they are asking. Then that is also we have to do. That capability we are supposed to have. Further, you have to utilize the resources properly. That is called resource utilization. Resource utilization, optimum utilization of resources. Optimum utilization of the available resources. By way of what? Productivity. By way of efficiency, we have to use the resources. Then, innovation. Innovation with respect to process, performance of innovation process, and the individual performance of the individual innovation. So, these are all the way in which you have to achieve the innovation. Innovative manner, you have to attract the customer. These are all comprises of one triple bottom line. So, in triple bottom line, three elements are there. First, we have to fix the standard. Second one is reward. Third one is dimension. The next important segment for the case study as well as what your theoretical part is management theory is triple bottom line. Based on triple bottom line, simple questions are available. 10 mark question, 10 points they ask, each point carries 1 mark. So the simplest part is called triple bottom line. Here, profit alone earned by the company is not important. We have earned the profit, out of which what we are going to contribute to the society. What and all we are going to taking care of whether we are going to take care of the society properly or not, the environment properly or not, the global properly or not, the planet properly or not, people properly or safeguarding or not. That is called triple bottom line. Best example, hotel industry. To earn profit, they are using plastic covers for sambar, chutney. So everything they are what? Even tea, coffee and all, they are what? Giving in the plastic covers. Then planet going to get affected. Environmental going to get affected. Company can earn profit, but at the cost of what? So planet. Therefore, we have to take care of other aspects also. Mere earning profit alone is not important. That concept is called triple bottom line. So with respect to triple bottom line, environmental bottom line is there, social bottom line is there, and economic bottom line is there. It's also called environmental bottom line is also called planet. Social bottom line is also mentioned as people, and economic bottom line also mentioned as profit. Planet, people and profit. Based on the past exam questions are there, kindly refer properly. Next, one more important thing with respect to this type of bottom line. 4 or 5 mark question also they are asking. Once they ask a 10 mark question, they'll give some example. Will it comes under environmental or planet or people or profit, we have to identify. So reduction in usage of plastic will comes under what? Planet. Constructed solar power warehouse, again for planet. Provide financial support to the hospital run by the local authority in the vicinity of the factory. That for they are taking care of the people, therefore people. So the main object is what? Accordingly you have to identify. Clear? Accordingly whether planet or people or profit are identified. The next important segment is performance measurement in case of not for the profit organization. In case of non-profit organization, how to measure the performance of the workers, how to measure the performance of the industry. That's a very difficult one because in general profit is a criteria for the purpose of measuring the performance. Here the industry itself non-profit organization. In this juncture, we are facing challenges. 4 key challenges are there with respect to measuring the performance of not for the profit organization. Very frequently asked question as well as case study based question also. One is, first key challenges is, one is benefits cannot be quantified. Second one, benefit may occur over a longer period of time. Third one, measurement of utilization of fund and expenses. Last one, multiple objective. These are all what? 4 key challenges faced. Benefit cannot be quantified. Benefit may occur over a longer period of time. Measurement of utilization of fund and expenditure. And multiple objects. Because we may not have only one object with respect to what? The key performance. Measuring the what? Performance. Now, for that purpose, we have to go by way of value for money framework, VFM framework. With respect to VFM framework, there are 3 elements are there: effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. Effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. So, based on VFM framework also, first exam questions available. Put a star mark as much as you want with respect to VFM framework and value or non-profit organization. First exam, 20 mark question. That question asked, very first question, compulsory question. There was a 20 mark question. So these are all what? Performance measurements and evaluation. How to measure the performance? That's the biggest question mark. For that, if we read the question, know all the important concept what and all you have to refer. The next important segment is environmental management accounting. With respect to EMA, categories of cost, 4 categories already we discussed. Conventional cost, environmental conventional cost, hidden cost, contingency cost, contingent cost, and relationship cost. What is called the conventional cost? Raw material and energy cost having environmental relevance comes under the conventional cost. Raw material cost and energy cost. Whereas hidden cost represent what? It generally we are included in the general overhead. That comes under the cost which have been accounted but lost their identity. It's lost its identity in overhead. That is called the hidden cost. Contingent cost represent what? Cost incurred in future date after finishing the work, cleaning up. The cleaning cost and all comes under the contingent cost. Relationship cost represent what? It's intangible cost. The cost of preparation of environmental reports and all will comes under one? Relationship cost. Then again the environmental cost can be broadly classified into 2 types. One is internal cost, another one is external cost. Internal cost have the direct impact on income statement. Then it is called the internal cost. The external cost may not have the direct impact. These are imposed on the society at large, called external cost. Then the same internal and external cost. External environmental cost you are going to see use of water, energy consumption, that and all comes under the external environmental cost. Emission of carbon footage, carbon footprint, changing the climate because of that and all what? External environmental cost. Whereas internal waste disposal cost will come under the internal environmental cost. Next, 4 categories again, they are classifying the environmental cost. Based on this 4 category, 20 mark question comes in the previous exam. One is environmental prevention cost, environmental appraisal cost, environmental internal failure cost, environmental external failure cost. It's similar to what? TQM, total quality management. With respect to total quality management, Types of quality cost, prevention, appraisal, internal failure, external failure. Same types only. Here also they are mentioned. There the examples and all important with respect to the prevention, appraisal, internal failure, external failure with respect to environmental cost. So based on the examples, 20 mark question has come. So please be careful with respect to all types of cost with the environmental cost. Then techniques to identify and allocation of environmental cost we have discussed in the past exam theory question itself. Input output analysis, flow cost analysis, life cycle costing and ABC. ABC based environmental cost apportionment. Past exam questions are there, case study questions are there for 20 mark question. And you have to remember advantage and disadvantage with respect to environmental cost. If I am not going to do, what are the penalty I have to bear? What type of cost I have to incur? That is also you have to refer. This is all with respect to environmental cost. Now, creating environmental policies comes under the prevention cost. Penalty will comes under the environmental failure cost, external failure cost. Investment in productive equipment will comes under the prevention, environmental prevention cost. Regulatory compliance will comes under the environmental appraisal cost. Employees training may comes under the environmental prevention cost. Recycling of product is also environmental prevention cost. Monitoring will comes under the appraisal cost. Testing also will comes under appraisal cost. Cleaning up contaminated soil comes under the what? External failure cost. Inspection and reporting will comes under the appraisal cost. Cost of committee, prevention, environmental prevention cost. Improved system and checks in order to prevent the fines and the penalties comes under the appraisal cost. Then performing test with respect to what the cost comes under, cost of testing, okay, contamination test and all comes under the appraisal cost. Audit of environmental activities comes under the appraisal cost. So various types of cost, I am repeating once again, the types of environmental cost is the most important for the examination. Kindly refer properly. Even recycling of scrap comes under the environmental failure cost. Cost of obtaining certificate comes under the prevention cost. Disposing toxic material comes under the internal failure cost. Site and feasibility studies comes under the environmental prevention cost. Back-end cost comes under the internal failure cost. Then restoring of land to its natural state comes under the external failure cost. So these are all the examples with respect to environmental cost. Then we have to refer the next topic is called supply chain management. With respect to supply chain, right from the procurement of raw material till it is going to reach the customer, what all the activities are involved, everything comes under the supply chain. It comprises of vendors, producers, warehouses, distribution center, retailers. Vendors that supplies the raw material. After getting the raw material, producer going to convert the raw material into fully finished product. After finished the product, in warehouse you are going to store. From warehouse, distribution center you are going to deliver. The distribution centers are going to deliver to whom? Retailers. From retailer you are going to reach ultimate customer. Therefore, the end-to-end, the process is called what? Supply chain management. So, supply chain management represents all activities associated with the flow and transformation of goods from raw material to end user is called supply chain. Here we are having the activities of product planning, purchasing raw material, material management, distribution and customer service. These are all the things you have to plan. Then already I discussed pull model, push models available. Also upstream and downstream models also available with respect to one supply chain. So types of supply chain, first one is pull model and push model. Second one is upstream and downstream model. Then what is pull model and push model? Already we have discussed. Right? The next one is relationship marketing, also important. 6 types of relationship market. Customer relationship market is important. In that customer relationship, you know, CAP, customer profitability account, and customer lifetime value is important. And how the technology going to use for the purpose of managing the supply chain. That type of question also important. Service level arrangement and gain sharing agreement. In addition to outsourcing. These are all important with respect to one supply chain management topic. In lean system, what are all the characters of lean system is important. 7 types of wastage, how waste minimization is possible, that is important. 5S concept, based on the case studies question available, 5S concept is important. In that, 6th S introduced in ICI, in India, we have introduced 6th S, is called safety. In addition to short, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. In India, 6th S is there called safety. Safety is also important. Then, TPM, total productive maintenance. For that, what are all the stages are there? 4 stages: preparation, introduction stage, implementation stage, and institutional stages are important. There, 8 pillars we have to remember. So, TPM model itself, what? First, we are having object roof. 0 is the object. What is 0? 0 is a defect, 0 breakdown, and 0 accident. It's a roof. The foundation is called pillar. Okay, the foundation is called 5S. The connecting foundation and our roof is called 8 pillars. The 8 pillars are autonomous maintenance, planned maintenance, focused improvement, early equipment management, quality maintenance, education and training, TPM in office, safety and environment. These are all 8 pillars with respect to TPM. You don't have to remember the same order, the 8, but you have to remember all the 8 pillars. And OEE concept you have to be thorough. With respect to OEE, performance into availability into quality is equal to OEE. Computation part is important for the examination. OEE you have to express in terms of percentage. Therefore, percentage of OEE percentage is equal to performance percentage into availability percentage into quality percentage. By way of OEE, we can be the person to identify the 6 big losses. What are the 6 big losses are there? Equipment failure and breakdown, setup and adjustments, idling and minor stoppage, reduced speed, reduced yield, quality defect and rework. These are all 6 big losses. The 6 big losses broadly classified into 3 types: time loss, speed loss and quality loss. Time loss, 2 time loss are equipment failure and setups and adjustment comes under the time loss. Speed loss, idling and reduced speed comes under the speed loss. Quality loss, reduced yield and quality defects come under the yield loss. The world class performance, if you want to measure, means availability should be more than 90, performance should be more than 95, quality should be more than 99. Therefore, OEE percentage, the world class performance should be what? 90% into 95% into 99% is equal to more than 85% should be there. Then only it is called world class performance. So, kindly refer OEE based question for the purpose of your examination preparation. Then, 6 Sigma you have to refer. Other aspects to be newly introduced concept by way of RTP MTP. That is also important. What are all the newly introduced concepts? Just a minute, I will take this. the newly introduced concepts are Mtbf and Mttr. Okay, my dears. Mtbf and Mttr. That is important. What is Mtbf and what is Mttr? Case study based question. You have to be remember. Mtbf represent mean time between failure is called Mtbf. Mttr represent mean time to repair is called Mttr. Mean time between failure and mean time to repair. So, Mtbf represent mean time between failure represent time between two breakdown is called Mtbf. So, one breakdown to another breakdown, it should be less time or more time? It will be more time. Frequently, breakdown should not happen. Therefore, higher the Mtbf is preferable. How to identify the Mtbf? Mtbf is equal to operating time, nothing but also called uptime, divided by number of failures, also called breakdown, is equal to Mtbf. Whereas Mttr, mean time to repair, time required to repair the product. Time required to repair the product should not take more time, you have to take only less time. Therefore, lower the Mttr is advisable. Mttr is equal to total downtime divided by number of failures, nothing but number of breakdown. The both are important key performance indicator for measuring the efficiency of the preventive maintenance. So, preventive maintenance comes under what? Comes under TPM. Okay. So, we come across TPM 8 pillars. No? In that, this type of question is important. Next, newly introduced concept, new concept. Nowadays, new concept and all they are introducing by way of RTPs, MTPs instead of in the study material. Clear? No other go student has to study. One is called basket size, another one is called ticket size. Most important one, basket size and ticket size. Basket size represent quantitative info. Ticket size represent value based info. They are all industrial terminologies. Basket size is for one quantitative info, whereas ticket size is for value based info. What is called basket size? Average number of items sold per bill is called basket size. I will repeat. Average number of items sold per bill is called what? Basket size. Whereas ticket size represents average amount of sale value per bill is called ticket size. Basket size is also called UTP, ABS, IPCM. Again, these are all what? Industries, commonly used terminologies in the industry. UTP represents unit per transaction. ABS represents average basket size. IPCM represents item per cash memo or cash bill, cash menu. Whereas, ticket size is also called ATS and ABV, average ticket size and average bill value. Then, how to compute basket size? Number of items sold divided by number of bills is equal to basket size. How many items sold and how many bills are there? Therefore, per bill and an average, how many items you have sold we can identify. That's called basket size. Whereas in ticket size, sale value divided by number of bills. So, per bill approximately or average basis, how many tickets we sold, how many sales happened. That is called ticket size. Therefore, with respect to basket size and ticket size, higher the best one. These are all one of the key performance indicators. Understood? So, basket size and ticket size concept you have to remember. Next one is what? Conversion ratio and sales through ratio. Conversion and sales through ratio. With respect to conversion ratio, number of customers walked in, it's calculated by way of what? Number of customers walk in and number of customers purchase. That calculation is called conversion ratio. How many customers are coming into the shop and how many of them buy is called one conversion ratio. How to convert the conversion ratio? Number of bills, total number of bills divided by total number of customers walked into the shop into 100 is equal to conversion ratio. Number of customers walk into the customer is also called footfalls. Number of footfalls. Based on that, we have to compute conversion ratio. But if you go by way of conversion ratio, the difficulty is, suppose gang as a whole going to the shop for the purpose of purchasing. Suppose for your friend birthday, you want to purchase a gift. For friend's marriage, you want to buy a gift. Collectively, you want to purchase one gift. So all of them going to the shop for the purpose of selection. So only one bill only, but 4 or 5 people will be there. So 5 people has come, but only one bill alone, one product alone sold. Therefore, the conversion ratio may not going to be the true result. Then, similarly, what family as a whole will may go. Thereafter, they are going to buy one product. Therefore, number of people entered is going to count, and only one bill alone will be there. So, it may not going to be the real statistical report in case of this type of gang-based purchase. Sales through ratio also important for the examination. This is also recently released in the RTP. Sales through ratio comes with respect to what? Stock clearance is called sales through ratio. That is, companies receiving the item and selling the item. How many items are coming into the company? How many items are sold? That is called what? Sales through. How to compute the sales through ratio? Total number of items sold divided by total number of items received. So both conversion ratio and the sales through ratio, higher the best one. Similarly, one more concept also introduced in through RTP. One is upselling, another one is cross-selling, another one is add-on selling. I'll repeat: upselling, cross-selling and add-on selling. With respect to upselling, encouraging the customer to buy high-end product is called upselling. Sales up, increase. I am going to purchase mobile. After I went to the shop, I am verifying all the mobiles. High-end mobile they are recommending. This is the best one, sir. Why don't you buy, sir? Then they will give the features with respect to high-end mobile. That is called what? Upselling. Diwali season, you want to purchase saree. Then they will show the costly saree, unique saree. Clear? So our saree with your name we are going to print, sir. Your photo we are going to print, sir. Then they are showing the upselling product. We may have the clue to buy the product. We are not think about to buy the product, but by way of showing, by way of saying the features, they compel them to, indirectly inducing them to buy the product. That's the role of the storekeeper. For that they will give the training. That is called what? Upselling. You thought of purchasing for 100 rupees, but you may going to buy it for 200 rupees. That is called upselling. Second one is called cross-selling. Okay, you purchase the product, high-end mobile you purchase, costly mobile you purchase. Then encouraging the customer to buy an additional product of the another segment. In the sense, what you purchase the mobile, no sir. Charger also you can buy, sir. Or AirPod you can buy, sir. In the sense, what they are giving some choice. These are all the things may be useful for the purpose of the product you have purchased. Then it is called what? Cross-selling. Then, similarly, we are going to purchase a laptop, MacBook. They will recommend airbag also you can purchase, sir. Okay? Pouch, air pouch you can purchase, sir. So that it will be safety. So that is called what? Cross-selling. Another one is called add-on selling. What is called add-on selling? Additional items sold to the buyer of the main product. So anyway, you purchase mobile. Why don't you purchase selfie stick, sir? Or mobile stand? Or in car to fix the mobile, you can purchase this item. So additional item they ask you to buy. That is called what? Add-on selling. So the important concepts introduced are upselling, cross-selling, add-on selling. Based on that, they may going to ask the case studies. Thereafter, you have to find out what will comes under the upselling, what and all will comes under the cross-selling, what and all comes under the add-on selling. Accordingly, you have to draft. So these are all the important segments you're supposed to remember with respect to your examination. Next. If you have any other doubts or question answer, you can ask. So you have
no doubt from the parties, any other students. Actually, I have not taken the SCMPE classes and also, so I also don't have any doubt till now. My exams are in next year, so I will take the classes after some time. Yes, you have shared various important questions and topics that will be very helpful for the students. And I also learned some new